In the beginning, the first rhythms echoed across ancient India.
Primitive melodies were sung to nature, wind, and river. Flutes carved from bamboo produced the earliest harmonies. Percussion shaped the heartbeat of early societies. Music guided rituals, ceremonies, and storytelling. India's ragas began exploring emotion and time. Ancient scripts documented music theory and scales. Music spread along trade routes, carrying India's influence abroad. Melodies reached Persia, evolving into new forms. Arabian Nights echoed with Indian-inspired rhythms. Greeks incorporated these melodies into theatre and celebration. Roman orchestras added brass and percussive layers. Music shaped rituals, politics, and entertainment across Europe. Monks preserved chants, evolving early Western music. Middle Ages introduced instruments and polyphony. Music traveled to Africa, blending with local drums and rhythms. African melodies influenced the call and response tradition. Islamic expansion preserved and innovated music theory. Indian scales shaped melodies across Asia. China developed pentatonic scales, influenced by Indian modes. Japan embraced percussion and bamboo flutes. Korea's court music adopted Indian-inspired patterns. By the Renaissance, European music incorporated complexity. Italy pioneered opera, drama intertwined with melody. Baroque era introduced harmony and orchestral growth. India continued developing classical traditions alongside global evolution. Colonial expansion spread instruments worldwide. African rhythms influenced Caribbean music forms. Europeans absorbed folk traditions into classical compositions. Asia integrated Western instruments with local scales. Jazz emerged, rooted in African rhythms and European harmonics. Blues told the story of struggle and resilience. Rock and roll transformed global youth culture. India influenced global melody with Bollywood and classical fusion. Electronic music arose with technology in the 20th century. Hip-hop blended rhythm, poetry, and activism. World music celebrated fusion of cultures. Film scores elevated narrative with orchestral power. India exported fusion styles blending classical and contemporary. Global festivals celebrated diverse music traditions. Pop music standardized global influence. Latin rhythms energized global dance. Rap and spoken word emphasized rhythm and storytelling. Rock evolved into metal, punk, and indie subgenres. Jazz influenced classical and pop hybrids worldwide. Indian classical traditions inspired global fusion bands. World music collaborations increased exponentially. Electronic dance music dominated clubs globally. Film and media integrated global music into storytelling. Global streaming enabled instant music exchange. Pop, rock, jazz, and hip-hop influenced each other in cycles. Folk traditions preserved culture and identity. India's ragas influenced jazz improvisations and Western classical scales. Technology allowed home production and global distribution. Global festivals honored both modern and ancient music. Music became a universal language connecting nations. Streaming services and AI reshaped consumption patterns. Hip-hop, EDM, and fusion genres dominate charts. Music education became accessible to millions online. Collaboration transcended geography, blending ancient and modern styles. Global competitions pushed technical and creative boundaries. Music therapy and healing recognized worldwide. Film, games, and media incorporated diverse musical traditions. Indian classical instruments influenced new synth sounds. Genres blended. Boundaries blurred between East and West. Live performances reached global audiences simultaneously. Music archives preserved history digitally. AI assisted in composing complex global symphonies. Music festivals celebrated history and future innovation. Global awareness of music's cultural roots increased. Today, music is a blend of millennia, yet India remains the heart. And as the final chord echoes, the world hums in unified rhythm.